Now, headaches are a very common form of pain and can be a nuisance when someone has one. Rather than reaching for over-the-counter painkillers, there are many natural and non-medicated methods that people can try to help them get rid of the headache. And that's our main conversation on a healthy Thursday. So we will activate the phone lines if you've got any peculiar issues related to headaches that you want to discuss with us. You're welcome to do so. I'll announce the phone lines in the course of our conversation. But here's our resident doctor, Dr. Joseph Akama. He's head of cardiology at the University of Ghana, Legon, and also at the Kolebu Teaching Hospital. Good morning to you, Doc.
Good morning.
Thank you. I hope you're well.
Yeah, I'm okay.
Okay.
A little bit stressed.
Oh.
That's why I'm here to talk about headache.
Because when you're stressed, sometimes you get headaches.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But today we're talking about headaches.
Yes.
And it's very good that we're talking about it because all of us, everybody gets headaches. Sometimes it comes in the form of a migraine. Is there a difference between migraine and headache?
Well, migraine is a type of headache.
Okay.
Yes. So we'll talk about it. But migraine is one of the most severe headaches that we encounter. It can be very disabling. But headache, as you said, is very common, a very common ailment. It's estimated that 90% of our headaches are due to migraine-like tension primary headaches, which are not due to something really serious, but can be disabling. And 50% of adults do have headaches.
You know, we always easily reach out for the paracetamol. When you say you have a headache, everybody says, grab paracetamol. But you actually don't have to always immediately resort to medication.
No, no. Headaches, if you look at the causes of headache, most of them we can remedy by just using natural or non-medications to relieve them.
Okay.
And in fact, most of the points we'll be discussing today are centered on things that we can do, common things that you don't have to take medications.
Okay.
And there's one particular headache that actually can be caused by taking too many medicines.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay. Why don't we begin by you explaining what headaches is all about in the first place? Okay. What is a headache?
Headache. So headache is a pain. It's a pain. Normally we locate it at the upper part of our neck to the head. Anything that is coming from this region, we call it a headache. So even though it's the neck, because towards the head, any pain originating from there, and there are various characteristics. There is no one particular type of headache that you can say this is how it's always going to be, but there are some patterns that can recur. So we can divide them into two types based on the causations. One is a primary headache. Primary headache means a headache that you can't actually find a credible cause. It's just there. And those are the commoner ones that we have. So the primary headaches constitute 90% of our headaches. And these include things like migraine. You mentioned migraine. Tension headache. Tension headache is very common, very, very common in adults. And then you have cluster headaches. And then there are other types of primary headaches that are brought on with certain activity, like sex headache.
Oh, sex headache?
Yeah, sex headache.
S-E-X.
Exactly. Exercise-induced headache. Drinking cold water can cause headache. And then sometimes too, sleep deprivation. So all of these can be classified as primary headaches. Whereas the secondary headaches are the worst ones, although they are not as many as the primary headaches. The secondary headaches mean there is something that is causing the headache. And normally, the secondary headaches are due to either tumors within the brain. We call it space-occupying lesion. You know, the brain is encased in a very hard skull. So there's no room. So if there's something in there that is pushing the brain apart, the brain itself does not sense pain, but the surrounding, the membranes, the vessels within the brain would alert the person that there's something going on. Or a headache due to things wrong with the vessels or blood clots within the vessels. All of these are called secondary headaches.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. And when you have a headache, what's the first thing that you should do?
Well, it depends on the type of headache. So we said do not take medications, but we will advise that if you're having a mild headache for the first time and it's not that serious, you can take paracetamol.
How do you determine that it is not serious?
Well, we can know by the disabling nature of the headache. Assuming you suddenly are hit by the worst headache of your lifetime, that's not a time to take paracetamol. That's the time to look for the nearest emergency room and go and get help.
Okay.
So suddenly you have a bad blustering headache that is disabling, maybe causing you to vomit, causing you to have visual problems. Those headaches, you must seek help.
Okay.
So if you're looking at the type of headaches that we're talking about, these are the worst things that can happen and that may lead to the demise of the patient. So, for instance, a sudden bleed into your brain will cause a very bad headache. That means you have to go and see the doctor.
Okay.
If you have headaches that are related to fever, nausea, vomiting, do not waste time, see the doctor. But what we're talking about is a common day headache that is nagging, very annoying. It's not that bad, but it won't let you go. It sometimes can disable you from going to work. Those are the common headaches, but they are not due to secondary headaches.
Okay.
Those, the commonest one will be the tension headache. And tension headache could be due to a number of things. And the commonest one in Ghana, guess what?
Related to work?
Work stress. Stress and lack of sleep.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
That's why you ask whether should you take medications. By the fact that you did not rest, by the fact that you're overworked, you will start having headache. Just take time off, close the door, take a nap. By the time you wake up, the headache is gone. That's the best remedy, rather than taking paracetamol, and then it wouldn't take away the pain because you haven't rested. So if you haven't rested, you're going to have this tension-like headache, band-like across your head. Probably due to the stress, probably due to the type of food you're eating, probably due to alcohol. So alcohol can make it worse. So rather than drinking more alcohol and saying, I'll take care of my headache, no. Just rest, take time off and rest.
Sometimes we tend to take energy drinks so you can stay alert.
Yes, because you have to produce. As human beings, we are made to produce. If you're not producing, then you're not KPI. Remember last week we were talking.
True.
So every Ghanaian should have a KPI. But if you're overdoing it and you want to keep up, you have to use certain tricks to keep yourself awake. But overdoing those things can lead to headache. So caffeine, strong caffeine content drinks can cause a lot of headache. So we tend to advise people to rather stay away, take break. It's good to take a break and your productivity goes up rather than taking enhancement medications that will counter your productivity.
Okay.
But apart from that, it leaves a bad outcome, really bad outcome.
Okay.
The next thing that you should think about is hydration. We underrate it, but just drinking water, making sure that you are well hydrated makes you take away a lot of headache. So most people will agree that towards the end of the day, they have this band-like headache. Then when they get home, they drink a glass of cold water, everything seems to be resolving. It's because you are dehydrated. So dehydration is a common cause of headache.
Okay.
Yes.
So the first one is sleep if it is stress related, and the second one is drink a lot of water and fluids to avoid dehydration.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
All right.
So apart from the sleep deprivation and then drinking water, we talked about the stress. I don't want to overemphasize on the stress. I think all the time I come here, I mention stress. Because I see a lot of people who are under tremendous stress. Sometimes we overdo things. We take up a great deal of activity and want to achieve within a short period of time. Sometimes it's better to tackle one thing at a time and then focus on the family. Those who are married, focus on the family. I told a young man who was so stressed, his BP was going up, he was having headaches, he couldn't sleep. And it was now affecting his primary work. And the bottom line was, he was trying to build 3 houses.
At the same time?
At the same time. And then fighting with land guards. So you can imagine. So I said, have you thought about yourself? Are you staying in your father's house? Then no. So why are you building 3 houses? So by just telling him that the best thing is for him to invest in his children, rather than building the homes, once you invest in his children, the children will build him homes when they grow. So that is another thing. So sleep.
Okay.
Get some sleep.
Okay.
Yes.
What's our next pointer after drinking plenty of water?
Massage.
That's like a luxury.
You know, when I mentioned massage, I started laughing. Ghanaian men, when they hear massage, they think about one thing. And I said, no, that is not what I'm talking about. But it leads
there, doesn't it?
Well, no, it can lead into trouble. Massage doesn't mean one thing, Ghanaian men.
All right.
Massage is taking it easy. Let people who are professional relax your muscles, especially around the neck, the muscles around the neck, the muscles of the spine. Bad posture causes a lot of headache. So by the end of the day, you think that, oh, why am I having all these headaches? The way you are sitting throughout the day. So when you take time to relax, let gentle hands deal with your muscles.
Okay.
That really,
and don't get any ideas.
No,
it's just a massage.
It's a massage.
Okay.
And keep it like that. And professionally giving around the neck, around the temples, that helps a lot.
You know, that is something that we usually can afford, but it comes up as though, you know, one of the luxuries. So you really don't want to get a massage. It's like, even though you can afford it.
Yes. So, you know, one man said, my wife is rough. I said, you have to use those rough hands. Teach her. Tell her where you want her to massage. Then I asked him, did you massage your wife? Then no. I said, okay, let her massage you. You massage her. Read about it. Learn how to be gentle. And you can do it at home. You don't need to.
You don't necessarily have to pay for it.
No, you don't need to pay for it.
Professionally, okay.
But if you can add some cream on the surface of the skin, it makes it, a rougher hand becomes a little bit slippery, so it's not going to be depressing that deep. So the man can relax, the woman can relax, and then give the massage.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Especially if you add certain things, which we're going to be, I think that'll be the next one.
Okay.
Where you can add heat treatment.
Okay.
So heat treatment, after a gentle massage, you put a heat pad on that location. So that helps a lot.
All right.
So you could either warm a face towel, put water in it, microwave it for a minute, squeeze out the water. It becomes warm. You put it on the location. So heat therapy, very, very good to relieve headache.
All right.
You can also look at another version of the reverse of heat, cooling. So you could use ice packs to relieve tension. Okay. Yes, especially the tension-related headache. If you put a cold towel on your forehead, that can really help. Okay. But the massage is very, very essential.
How often do you take the massage?
Weekly is fine. Okay. Weekly is fine. You know, when you go to a massage therapist, they say come every day. Because they are making money. But they take care of you. But there are certain instances where you may need to go for therapy daily for a month because you are so tense up. But that is professionally directed. Okay. All right. But I'll say if you can get relaxation, that will
all right. So what's our next pointer?
So I was talking about the heat therapy. So heat pads relieve muscle spasms. Okay. So if you have muscle spasm and you put heat pad over it, that helps a lot. Okay. As opposed to traumatic muscle, that helps if you put ice pack on it. Okay. So if you get a hit on the thigh and it's very swollen, you put ice pack on it. But things that are related to tension, stress, muscle spasm, heat treatment helps a lot. Okay. So you can put the heat pad, either you use commercially available heat pads, some use water bottles, but just warming a towel and putting it on the location, so around the neck, around the temples, that helps a lot. Okay. But you do it in combination of other things. So massage followed by the heat treatment, in a quiet room, relax. And then you might go to sleep. Okay. Yes. So that helps a lot.
All right. Yes. Okay. So the next points?
So exercise. Exercise. Exercise, I wouldn't like to belittle exercise. The role of exercise, apart from the fact that it helps a lot with your cardiovascular health, your well-being, your sex abilities, it helps you relax. It helps you get your mental capacity up. It helps you take care of headache. It helps your blood pressure calm down. So exercise doesn't mean go and join a gym, okay? Even though the gym will motivate you. Some people go to gym to socialize. That's not what I'm talking about. This one, you intentionally start a program, either by walking, if you have a walking program. You can do it in a group to encourage each other, where you take turns in directing who is going to be the leader for the group today, who is the lead person. You walk fast, slow, for about 30 minutes. That helps a lot. Another one that you can do is to make sure you can get cardio exercise. Cardio exercise meaning raising your heart rate up to a certain level. Normally, there's a formula a doctor can help you get to know, but taking 220 minus your age, that is the maximum heart rate we want you to achieve. Okay. But if you can get 80% of that, so for instance, I will give everybody an average. If you can raise your heart rate up to 120 continuously for about 30 minutes, that gives you a lot of good cardiovascular health. Okay. But you always have to talk to a doctor to help you define how much exercise you should be doing. Okay. Yes. All right. So exercise is the last, the very last one? We have two more. Okay. The management of stress. We're back to stress again. Management of stress. Identify what stresses you. Avoid stress. But in Ghana, you can't avoid stress. Okay, you're driving and you're stressed. So you have to know how to curb those instances, your response to the stress. So identify your stresses, manage them, take time off, and if you think that you're overwhelmed and you're becoming depressed, seek help. Okay. There's no harm in seeking help rather than getting really behind with your duties to the point where you cannot keep up with your KPIs, where you neglect your family because you're depressed. So let's identify that. Okay. And then the last one is watch certain drugs, the drinks, and then caffeine-rich products. So what do I mean? There is something called medication overuse headaches. So sometimes you overtake a medication thinking that you're helping yourself with headache, but it actually gives you headache. Okay. So you're overusing it. Apart from that, certain types of medicines can cause headache. There are certain types of hypertensive medication that we know it might cause headache. But we immediately tell you, if you notice you're having headache, let me know. Okay. There are certain products very rich in caffeine, especially the energy drinks, that can cause very catastrophic headaches. Yes. So apart from all of this, I mentioned it earlier that there are certain things that once you have them with your headache, you need to help. You need to get help. Okay. All right. We've got less than 5 minutes to go, but we can take some very quick calls. So you can give us a call 0302-211-6912, 0302-211-6912. Give us a quick call on the pointers that Doc has shared on how to take care of your headaches. You don't always have to run to that paracetamol. So Doc, quickly, can you just give us the steps again whilst we take maybe 2 calls before we go? So first, identify the type of headache you have. If the symptoms are sudden, seek help. If they are related to fever, they're related to vomiting, nausea, seek help. Apart from that, all of us get headaches every day. And when they come, you don't need to take medications for them. You can relax. 1, get some sleep. 2, exercise. Drink enough fluid. And then you'll also be able to massage yourself to get help from the massage. Also, think about what am I doing that is not necessary. Okay. Overstressing yourself. Okay. Can you just pause there? Let's speak to Ezekiel calling us from Cape Coast. Good morning to you. Thank you for your call. Good morning. Yes, sir. Let's hear you. Yeah, Mama V, my name is Matthew from Cape Coast. Oh, okay, Matthew. Yes, I just want to share my experience and ask Doc a question. Please do. Okay.
Last Saturday, my body was very hot, and later I got headache. So I just took para, and last Monday I went to hospital to do some checkup. But while I go, the doctor said,
"Hello, Matthew."
Hello? Yes.
Yeah, Matthew, we're listening.
Okay. Hello. The doctor said I'm not sick. I should just have some.
Okay,
Hello?
Matthew, I see the problem that we have is because the volume of your television set is on, and so you're getting feedback. So please turn it down so we can have one conversation, and you have to make it real quick.
Hello, Mama V.
Yes, Matthew, please continue.
Yes. So what I'm saying is, I went to hospital, and later the doctor said I'm not sick. I should just have some rest. But I'm still getting this headache. So I just want to ask Doc, why that?
Okay.
This small headache.
Okay, let me before you run off. So have you had that rest?
Yes, from Monday to today I haven't gone to work. But
Okay.
I see that my body is now fine, but just that this little headache that I want to ask.
Okay, but if you say you haven't been to work, but you've been on your phone, you are not resting properly. Let's leave it there. I get it. The doc will answer your question. Let's speak to Ezekiel. Thank you very much for sharing, Matthew. Ezekiel, good morning. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, hi, good morning.
Good morning, Mama V. How's it?
Fine, thank you, Ezekiel. I hope you're doing well too.
Very well.
Great, let's hear you on this.
I want doctor to give me some clarification. I've been exercising, eating well, sleeping well, doing all sorts of things well. And it's a very long time. I've not been sick. And people say that one day I'll become very, very sick, and which I don't understand. I want doctor to clear on this.
Okay. Very interesting. All right, sure. Ezekiel, thank you very much. So let's talk about Matthew.
Matthew, so if you're still having headache, I think it's time to go back to the doctor and say, look, I've done everything you told me. I understand you said I'm not sick. And maybe he was right. He looked at you, he examined you, took your blood pressure, checked you for malaria, because I remember he said you are hot. Checked you for malaria, checked you for any viral illness. And if those are negative, the doctor can say it's a mild headache, just rest. But he shouldn't say you're not sick, but you're having headache. So I don't know if that's the exact word he said, because headache is an ailment. So maybe he is saying that there's nothing serious going on, just rest and to go away. So if you're still having it, please go back to him, be gentle, because he's under a lot of stress. So maybe he's also under stress. Let the two of you come together, then you can discuss how to take care of that pain.
Okay.
And then if he cannot, he'll refer you to a specialist.
Okay.
With Ezekiel, don't let anybody dissuade you. Continue to exercise, be a role model, and don't let them frighten you.
Okay.
We will all die one day, Ezekiel. So if they are saying you're going to die one day, tell them, yes, we are all going to die one day. But exercising does not mean you get weak one day. No, you get fit. There are some people who say, I exercise and suddenly I got a stroke. There are certain things that we cannot control, okay, beyond our control. So blood pressure is something that we can control, but then there are other things that can lead to stroke, can lead to cancer, that is beyond our control. It's our genetic makeup. So, but just keep at your work. Make sure you are checked regularly. Okay. Go see the doctor, let them check all your numbers, okay? Good work.
All right. Thank you, Doc. We'll have to end it here today. We're going to do a recap next week. If you've got more questions, we'll make a lot of time for that next week, God willing, on our show. But thank you so much for your time today on Headaches.
Thank you, Mama.
Yeah. I've got a special birthday dedication to Mr. Solomon Latte, CEO of Activa International Insurance Company. It's your birthday today, sir. Enjoy your birthday. Stay with us. If you belong to the Vodafone family, they've got a new product on the market, or you might just want to join if you hear about it.